Hello, beautiful Gemini. How are you? Welcome to TESA's Tarot. This is my YouTube channel. I do spiritual guidance, inner growth, personal growth readings for your sign. General readings. I focus on the energies that are being shown in the cards, so things that are just kind of going on with you personally, on a personal level, on a spiritual level, on a soul level. Okay, so that is what we look at. If it, depending on what shows up in the cards, if there are outside energies and outside forces that are affecting you, that is still you. That is still things that are going on within you. So that is what we look at. Let me see, what else do I want to say? Oh, if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing, and I'm really glad you were able to find something useful out of my first two phases of videos. So this is going to be phase 3. As you see, I am in a different location. Typically for new viewers, typically I am in Chicago. That is my home, but I'm currently in Vegas visiting my grandma. So I'm on her patio right now, just kind of hanging out in the shade. So that is what's going on with me, and this is going to be a reading for mid-June. It's a little bit past the middle of June, June 15th, because I did fly out to Vegas on June 15th. So this is kind of like a mid-June summer solstice solar eclipse reading, okay, which is going to be representative until the end of the month. Do remember, though, that solar eclipse energies can definitely linger. So just take it as it resonates. And if you want to learn more about this particular solar eclipse, which is going to be happening in Cancer, I definitely recommend watching the YouTube video that I am posting in my description box down below. I found this particular video to be the most comprehensive, the most clear, and the most informative in terms of what is going on with this particular solar eclipse. I would love to sit here and talk about astrology and things that are happening in our solar system with all the different planets and all the different retrogrades and all the different energies that are happening in 2020, but there's so much, and there are definitely professionals out there. There are YouTubers out there who focus more on the astrology aspect of the things that are going on in our solar system. So if you're interested in that, do the research, watch other YouTubers. I'm just going to focus on your tarot reading for your zodiac sign for this particular point in time. So, with that being said, what else? Yeah, that's it. So we are going to get, I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, with you, if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, or if you are new to my channel, just kind of a friendly reminder that we are in Gemini's North Node right now, okay? So this is a very significant time, and it's going to be significant for about 1.5 years. Gemini in the North Node focuses very much on communication, information, how we take in information, how we process information, how we communicate the things that we are thinking and feeling to other people. And it's also very much about close kindred relationships, more local community, the people that we find in our surroundings that we feel a deeper kind of connection with, and really kind of enhancing those relationships. This is also a really good time to cleanse and to kind of say goodbye to maybe people or things that aren't really serving our soul purpose, and the things that we want for ourselves and for our future. So keep that in mind as well. Hi. Keep that in mind as well. And also if you're new, definitely check out the first 2 phases of the videos that I have for you. You might find something very useful. So with that being said, long intro, we're going to get started. Your cards are pre-shuffled and premeditated. I do typically like to spread the cards out to where I can see all the cards at once, but I'm doing things a little bit different this time, and so far I'm really liking it. I'm just going to pull one card at a time, and we're going to talk about each individual card. And then if as the cards come out, if they start to relate to previous cards that were pulled, we're going to see how they connect and what we need to work on with those cards. So I'm not going to be able to see your final outcome. Typically I can see your final outcome, and then people are looking at my reactions, but I'm not going to do that this time, and I think that it works out much better this time, okay? So we're going to start with your underlying energy. All right, so Gemini, your underlying energy, you have the Queen of Swords. This is a Libra card. Queens do have the underlying energy of water on top of the element of their suit. So this is going to be water and air. So with this particular queen, this is a queen who has really been, and with this being a Libra energy, which focuses on relationships, this is a queen who has been through the ups and downs of relationships. Like, she understands that it takes hard work and dedication and communication to make things work, to really kind of bring forth like a sense of harmony and justice. Okay, because another thing about the court cards, when we refer to a court card, I do like to talk about the major arcanas that they are guided by. So with the Queen of Swords, she particularly is guided by the major arcana cards of the Justice card and the Empress, okay? So it is also very much about balance. It is very much about kind of like a sense of justice. This is a queen who's wise. She has been hurt. She's been heartbroken. She's been through a lot of things, and she comes forth into the world with like a stronger sense of intellect, with a stronger sense of knowing from her experiences, knowing from what she has experienced, how to communicate in the world. And she's also very no nonsense. Okay, so if this is your underlying energy, I do feel this is, and Geminis, you are also air energy, so you are also very much about communication and the intellect, the mind, the thoughts. So I am feeling this is kind of like there could be maybe some like past wounds, or there could be some things that you're dealing with like on a personal level, like matters of the heart, and you're kind of like trying to bring that into your mental space, and kind of like maybe like trying to figure out how to communicate the things that you need to communicate to the people you need to communicate, so this is kind of like a balance of like the heart and the mind. So this is what I'm feeling as your underlying energy. It's kind of like there is this, it's like you're trying to find the balance. And like, remember, justice is also about balance. And Libra is all about balance. So you're trying to kind of find the balance between your heart and your mind right now, and how to kind of like express the things that you're feeling in an intellectual, communicative way, so the people around you can understand. Okay, so for your motivation, we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so all the pages are students. They're kind of like students at life. They're learning new things. And they are also guided by the underlying element of earth. They are a direct earthly manifestation of the aces. So with the Page of Pentacles, this is going to be earth on top of earth. So this is going to be a page that's very steady moving. They're trying to like learn new skills that can further their career. Okay, like learning new skills that can enhance your monetary worth and value, your monetary gain, whether there's a particular project you're working on. It's like learning you want to learn how to become even better, like at your job, or even better at the task that you are trying to accomplish. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here for your motivation. Like, just kind of also acknowledging that you do need to learn. Yeah, that now is the time to really kind of see what resources are out there for you to take things to the next level. But you're being kind of slow and meticulous about it, which you're taking your time with it. Okay, you're taking your time. For for things that you're feeling a little discouraged by, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is Venus in Virgo. This card talks about independence, and it talks about being in a stable enough, being financially comfortable, being financially stable, financially comfortable, to the point to where you can enjoy your independence. Okay, it's not just being comfortable, not just being like, okay, I'm good, but you're also enjoying your independence, enjoying the finer things in life, the things that you can, like clothes or possessions, things that make you happy, things that bring you joy. So I think that you're kind of in a place where you are more focused on trying to how do I put this? It's kind of like I feel like you're saving. I feel like you're really saving. You're not quite in that place where you feel like you can really like splurge. You're not really in a place where you're wanting to like spend money on objects and things that you like. You're not, and I don't think that it's bringing you down necessarily. I think it's more like accepting reality. I think it's more like accepting that now is just not the time to be spending money on like frivolous things. But I do also kind of get the sense that perhaps there is this feeling of discouragement, like not just that you shouldn't be doing that. It's kind of, it's almost like this outside force, an outside energy that's making you feel like I should not be spending money, or I shouldn't be enjoying my independence. I need to just be practical. And it might be bringing you down a little bit. But I do kind of feel this because, let's remember that this is a Virgo card, okay? And Virgos are about being of service to others. So it is kind of having this hyper consciousness about things that are going on around you and that affecting you. Okay, so affecting you financially, of course, affecting you like psychologically, affecting how you choose to spend money and what you choose to spend money on. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with that. It's kind of like this, it's like this energy that's just, it's making you feel kind of like, ugh, like, God damn it. It's the best way to put it. So, okay, so moving on to your surrounding energy, you have the Ten of Swords, Gemini. This is your card, and this is the Sun in Gemini. Ten of Swords is about endings, okay? It's about an ending, but it's also about new beginnings. It's also about seeing the light, okay? So it's kind of like, I'm feeling like there's the energy around you where it's like everything that's going on around you, I feel like all of it. I feel like everything that's happening around you is just like, ugh. It feels like it's just like stabbing you in the gut, because you can't really be the energetic, forthcoming, active, like person that you are and that you want to be, and the social person that you are. It's like everything that's happening around you it's almost like betrayal, it's like a betrayal of your spirit, But there is sun shining over here. We're about to enter summer. Summer, the beginning of a season is always a time for new beginnings and, just kind of like new life emerging. So the sun is coming up. So even with all these things that are happening around you, that's just kind of like, like a stab in your gut, like things that you have to deal with because of the state of the world, because of, all the pandemic and the protests and social justice and things that are happening. The list, I can talk about that. That's like a whole other video for me to get into, okay? So all these different things happening, it's just kind of like, I kind of feel this, but I don't see you being so, like, I do see the sun coming out, and I think that you have the power to, like, rise above that and still put a smile on your face and be like, okay, well, it is what it is, but it is kind of like this feeling of like, well, fuck, like, I can't do this, I can't do that, that fucking sucks, that sucks, so, but the sun is shining, and new life is going to emerge, and there are things on the horizon, okay? Watch that solar eclipse Cancer video down below. It's going to tell you a little bit more about that. It has to, yeah. I'm going to stop there. Just watch that. So, all right. So this is in your surrounding energy. For your advice position, you have the 8 of Pentacles. You have Earth. Yeah, you have a lot of Earth signs in here. Okay, so this is another Virgo card. And this is the Sun in Virgo. Okay, so we just came from the Sun in Gemini. Now we're in the Sun of Virgo. And 8 of Pentacles is such a beautiful card. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles, and like I was saying, Virgo talks about, sorry, I was saying this in the last video, but Virgo is all about paying attention to the details and really getting into the details of things, especially a project that they're working on, or work. When it comes to their job, when it comes to work, when it comes to a project, like, they really like to get into the details, and they find joy out of that. They find joy and light out of the things that they are able to accomplish, because they know that they put their heart and soul into it, and it's going to emerge beautifully. This is the only card that has pentacles that are doilies, okay? And if you don't know what a doily is a very, very finely crafted piece of, like, whether it's a tablecloth or a coaster, like, anything can be a doily. It's the things that your grandma, like, weaves in such intricate, detailed designs. I have, like, a ton of them, or whoever. Anybody can do it if that's what you want to do. So, yeah. So the 8 of Pentacles is just like this is a Virgo in their. This is them in their light. This is where the light really shines down on them. So this is your advice position, that the universe is kind of telling you to, like, find the joy in that, find the joy again in the details, okay? Whether it be at work, if you're working right now, whether it be a new project, whether it be, like, things that, even if you are in quarantine and you're not working and you're waiting to go back to work, like, whatever's going on in your life right now, it's kind of like find the light in the details, find, like, the beauty. Find the beauty in, like, those little things. And it's really going to help you with these, like, energies that are happening that are kind of, like, just making you feel kind of like, I don't know, like, tired, exhausted, like, you feel defeated, you feel like, your soul is just reached its end, like, your soul is just kind of, like, tired. So if you want to start, like, sparking your soul again, start sparking up your spirit again in the right direction, find the beauty in the little things, find the beauty in the details, and it'll slowly kind of, like, almost like mend your soul. I'm getting this image of like, like, these beautiful doilies, like, kind of making all these beautiful designs being woven into your soul, so that your soul can, like, reach its truth again. Okay, so it's kind of like, it's internal work. It's little things that you can do that will have greater effects down the line because of those little things. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we're going to move on to the next card. So the best way to move forward from your worries, you have the 8 of Cups. Okay? This is Saturn in Pisces, and the planet Saturn, talks about government institutions, social status, like, all that type of stuff. And we are seeing very much right now, people are kind of, aside from the fact that people are being forced not to work, a lot of people can't work, but people are also walking away from things that aren't fulfilling them anymore. They are realizing, you know, what their true calling is, what their dreams are, and going after that because they're being given a chance to go after that because of everything that's going on. So this is also kind of saying, you know, what, like, if you need to walk away from something, if you need to walk away from something that was not fulfilling your soul and not allowing you to like see the beauty in the details and allowing you to do all this, like, if that's what you need to do, then walk away from it. Like whatever that particular institution is, like in this card, it's like he's walking away from it. Kind of looks like a church, but it might not be, you know, it could just be like maybe his job or something, but he's kind of like ready to set out on a new path, okay? He's kind of ready to set out a new path. So, you know, you have the 8 and you have the 8. So this is very much about really looking at the details, you know, really paying attention to the things that aren't serving you anymore and focusing on the things that make you feel good. Let's see if we're going to come back to that card. But that card is kind of like, I'm seeing this as like a different kind of energy that might be in your surroundings. So let's see. So you have another 8. You have 3 8s in a row, okay? Best way to move forward in a positive light, 8 of Swords. This is Jupiter and Gemini. This is another one of your cards. I think that, Gemini, I think you're feeling bonded to a situation. I think there's like a part of you, like maybe in your soul or in your spirit, that's feeling like you're stuck. I think you're feeling a little stuck with like what to do. And that's why you're trying to find the balance between your heart and your mind. Okay, let's look what the final outcome is, and then we're gonna talk about everything. You have the King of Swords. This is Aquarius. Air on top of air. This is straight air energy. This is your guys' energy. Okay, and the King of Swords is guided by the major arcanas of the Star card and the Fool card. All right, so yeah, I think that you're feeling kind of like stuck a little bit with your words, like with your soul. You're feeling a little stuck with how you want to express what you're feeling, with how you want to express what you're feeling about things that are happening around you and within you. You feel like you know the right thing to do. You feel like there is this part of you that is telling you to walk away from something, but you're stuck thinking about it a lot. It's like there is this part in your soul, there is this intuition in you that's kind of like tugging at you and pulling at you and saying like, you know what the right thing is. You know what the right thing to do is for you. Like, you know what's right. But you're like thinking about it. You're stuck thinking too much about it instead of like allowing yourself to feel it. And I think that you feel like you're caught. And that's why I think this card is really important, to look at the details. To really focus in on the details of things. And it might not even necessarily be a project. It could just be like research, you know, because you do have a lot of sword energy here, okay? A lot of cards over here. There's more cards, there's more air cards and sword cards than there are pentacle earth cards. And even though this is a pentacle card, I feel like this thing that's happening with you is like about expression. It's about information. It's about your intellect. So maybe, because this is about working through the details, seeing the light in the details, it could be talking about information. It could be talking about it could be talking about work too. But just like looking at the cards that are coming up, I do definitely, for those of you who are going through a sort of soul battle of like the mind and the heart, the mind and the heart, trying to get that into alignment with each other. You probably need to do more research. And that is why this Page of Pentacles is showing up for your motivation. It's all about, page energy is student energy. It's about learning. It's about discovering new things. Learning as much as they could before taking the next step. So this could be about information. Okay, this could be about information coming through. Kind of like doing the research. You don't have to be in this energy. This is self-imposed. Just remember that. You can find the information that you need. You just have to take the blindfold off. Okay, it's almost like information is what got you here in the first place, but information is what's going to get you out. Does that make sense? It's like the same thing that put you in this position of feeling like kind of stuck is the exact same thing that's going to get you out. You just have to find that which will pull you out of it, which will guide you towards your truth and your light. And then you will become the star, and you can start all over again. Okay, because the King of Swords can be pretty thrifty with his sword, pretty cutthroat. But he is guided by the major arcana cards of the Star and the Fool. So it talks about new beginnings, and it talks about a new beginning in with inner healing, healing your, a new beginning towards healing your soul, healing the things that are causing you internal conflict. And I'm thinking and feeling that the best way that you're going to be able to do that for yourself is by reading, studying, learning, and finding the information that is going to bring you joy. And that's going to spark the light in your soul again, the sun. The sun can heal. As soon as all these swords come out, the sun will start to heal this man, so you can start new again. Okay, I'm going to stop there because we're almost at 30 minutes and I don't want to drag on for too long. So Gemini, I hope this reading really helped you, and stay tuned for July 2020. I'll see you next time. Bye.